Hello, welcome to this update for the Western Pacific. So we have Typhoon Danas now that it has rapidly strengthened into a typhoon over the last day or so. So it's now just south of Taiwan, and it even has an eye array on satellite. So it's a category 2 typhoon, about 964 millibars central pressure array. So it's supposed to hit Taiwan and then head towards China later. So it shows that they're curving towards Taiwan after it passes through Taiwan and weaken a bit due to land interaction, but then it might curve towards China as a tropical storm. So please be careful in those areas. Most of the models have a similar scenario. This passes over Taiwan and curves later towards eastern China. So let's see, just to compare, there's a Canadian shoe. This passes like very close to western Taiwan, curves towards China. And there's the GFS as well, a similar thing. So please be careful in those areas, especially around Taiwan. And it's because it's very strong now, likely category 2 to category 3 almost. So please stay safe, especially you can see right around the eye wall, there's a lot of deep convection. So the winds in that might be very damaging winds. Please be careful. And like this, since this is very close, there's already some storm surge possible there. So already be careful in those areas. Like it has 150 km per hour sustained winds, so the wind gusts will obviously be higher than that. So please be careful. I expect even some isolated portions of the eye wall, if it crosses into Taiwan, might have even close to 200 km per hour gusts in some gusts. So please be careful in those areas. Stay safe. And here there's wind as well. This map does have wind gusts from the icon. I don't know how reliable this is because the icon is only showing to 141 km per hour wind gusts, and since it has 1 to 50 km per hour sustained winds, this map doesn't make sense because different models have different different scenarios. So, but just be careful in those areas. Please stay safe, especially the heavy precipitation here, like heavy rain. Please be careful. Some mountainous terrain in Taiwan might cause flooding, dangerous landslides. So it's still expected to be a typhoon over Taiwan, weakened to a tropical storm later. So please stay safe in those areas. The European model does have like just in the next 12 hours more than 100 millimeters near western Taiwan. Like 100 millimeters in 12 hours is like a very big deal. It's a lot of rain in a very short time. So please stay safe in those areas. And if I put 5 days, it gets even worse to like 245 millimeters in Taiwan, especially like just in the next 3 days, already more than 150 next 2 to 3 days. So please stay safe in those areas. So spots of eastern China around Fu's Hole and those islands there to 300 millimeters. If you are in those little islands, please be careful. Dongyin, some 327, some 200 in other areas. Further south, because this will curve into China, then the remnants will curve back south. So more areas to like 200 millimeters southern China, the inland portions, some 71 millimeters in Hong Kong from passing storms, but be careful central to southern China. And there's this front still like central China, more than 100 millimeters. So be careful with flooding there as well. And stay safe in those areas. Please stay safe, especially in Taiwan, because most model guidance indicates that you will go head first into Taiwan there. So this is an extremely dangerous season. The preparations should be already completed, if not rushed to completion right now. Like have food, water, and a very safe place to stay away from flooding. Don't drive through floods, and be careful with coastal flooding, storm surge. Don't stay too close to the beach and like the coast. Please be careful in higher ground and away from those damaging wind gusts. but especially like landslides. Watch out for landslides. So please stay safe in those areas. The icons further out you see the heaviest rainfall, but it does say like all the way to 500 millimeters in China. If this happens, you're very damaging, concerning. But the icons kind of different because the other models have it crossing Taiwan. The icons has it closer to China, so this might happen or might not. So please be aware. Like even 100 meters would be dangerous. Imagine 500 in China. So please be careful. And there's this model from Japan. It's slightly more like a high resolution model. It's from Japan, but it covers a very small area of eastern China. So in this small area, this model shows like 489 millimeters as this goes into eastern China. I kind of trust this model more because it's slightly more high resolution than the others, but even then you can make mistakes, so you never know. But in Taiwan, this model has to 300 millimeters, 200. So please stay safe in those areas. Be careful. There's like some wings too, like wingers. It doesn't have wingers. So let's see what the European shows. So it does show the European model few spots into Taiwan. So like some 126 km per gus. So very damaging winds. The GFS is less, but this is still less than 150. That's the sustained winds in the storm now. So trust me that this storm will have some gusts higher than 150. So please stay safe. And when this goes into eastern China, it'll be slightly more messy, but you still have some damaging winds in eastern China and some storm surge. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. The wind from this might also cause rough surf in the southern islands of Japan right here. So be careful. There's also this lost tropical storm in the middle of the Pacific, tropical storm Moon. So yeah, be aware there as well. And now this is the Canadian model for the rainfall. It also has around southern China and like into Taiwan. So let's see Taiwan first. So it shows like the southern tip of Taiwan to like 200 millimeters, 200 to 300 in southern Taiwan. So please stay safe. And then it goes into China, shows like 200, 100 to 200 on the east coast. And like in the ocean, like more than 500. So please be careful there in eastern China. And just to highlight some other areas here, sometimes this model can exaggerate, but just to see, it has like 500 millimeters in southernmost Bangladesh. That's extremely torrential rain, life-threatening. But we'll see now what the other models have, because these models is an outlier sometimes. But but one way or another, there will be heavy rain there. So be careful too. It has like 300 in central India, so be careful in those areas as well. But especially this storm here is a very dangerous storm. And you can get the idea on satellite here. So please stay safe there in Taiwan and those areas in China. So stay safe. Just for reference here, like let's see if I get the models to see this. And I don't know why it didn't go there here. So shows like for the Western Pacific, there's the GFS shows here the zero Z's, shows Typhoon Danas there, and then it passes Taiwan and becomes a tropical storm to China, and then it dissipates there in southern China later. But this goes later, showing kind of a broad disturbance into Japan on the 13th, and later it's showing some more stuff to watch, but it's still too far out. The European shows like Typhoon Danas there, and then shows this goes, and the strength on the European now is 985 millibars, and the actual strength of the system is 964. So that's why the models don't quite show those stronger wingers. But then the European does strengthen itself into China as a strong tropical storm. So stay safe in those areas. Later does have some disturbances near Japan and stuff, but nothing that crazy. So stay safe. Please be careful of this typhoon. And then this goes back in India, does show like just in the next 2 days and 21 hours already shows you 500 millimeters in India. next 2 days. This is extremely dangerous, like 500 millimeters in 2 days. It can cause some life-threatening flooding. Please trust me. And just the next one day shows to 200, 280. So in already like 264 millimeters in 2 days is already very dangerous. It can cause some flash floods and everything. So please stay safe in those areas, like specifically these areas here, those towns around central India, Harda, Damua, Betul, more areas here around central most India. So please stay safe. And 5 days is up to 500 millimeters and 45, even a few spots like to 570. So please stay safe. This can cause life-threatening flooding, 550 millimeters, spots northernmost, and even in New Delhi to 281 millimeters, more spots to 300, further northern India, and the west coast is already to like some 219. So stay safe, shows more across Myanmar. And for comparison with the Canadian model, the Canadian have like 500 millimeters in southern Bangladesh, the European just 110, so that's the difference. And shows here some 161 in Myanmar, some 193 in other areas for the northern Myanmar, 200 into Bangladesh. So please stay safe from flooding in all the areas, like all of Southeast Asia. Be careful, no matter where you are, but especially Central India is the most concerning spot. You should be so prepared for this. Please be careful. The Maldives, a storm or two, some passing oceanic showers and storms, and yeah, so be careful. And some precipitation across Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, a little bit of rain. Those fronts into Russia, some rain, northern Mongolia in 5 days. Northern China should expect some rain as well, and spots there across western Russia. And Europe is looking very busy. I'll see if I have time today because the severe storms that are happening right now are very dangerous. So please be careful too. But yeah, the most dangerous thing happening here is this typhoon and the storms in India. So be careful across the Philippines and Western Pacific. And there's like the weather service on the Philippines. I follow them on Twitter and they're like posting tropical thunderstorm advisories the whole day from those passing showers and storms. So I highly suggest you check their website and stay safe from those storms, like some 112 millimeters northern Philippines and more showers and storms passing by. So like here on the satellite, you can maybe see some like the bands of this typhoon, but like we can clearly see how strong this system is and show like scraping the northwestern portion of the Philippines, some strong storms across southern China, spots central India, those downpours there in the Bay of Bengal. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. And shows more across Indonesia and those areas too. So just for comparison, the GFS in India just has to 200 millimeters, not 500. The icon is close to 500 as well, even like to 578, the icon in central India. But I don't have any idea what the icon is doing to Pakistan, but it has like 800 millimeters northern India into Pakistan. 800. This is extremely life-threatening, but I wouldn't trust this just yet because the Europeans just 58 millimeters in that same spot, the GFS 65. So there will be storms in this area 100%. So be careful. But I don't guarantee 800 millimeters. But if it happens, please stay safe because that's just one model run from the icon and things change. And just for reference, the icon is also some very heavy rain across Eastern Europe, just for comparison. And be careful those fronts in Russia. I don't think I showed you snow in our last video. So in Tajikistan, the high elevations of Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, spots of Tibet in China. So still be careful, some snow and far eastern Russia. So in this peninsula, far northern Russia, but especially as those fronts cross the Tian Shan Mountains and the Himalayas. So be aware. Show Sunday here, some rain in the Caucasus, those storms central Russia. Be careful those fronts. Sometimes there can be severe storms there in Russia. So be aware, like those storms in northern Pakistan into India. Stay safe from flooding later next week. There in Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and those areas. And still, last but not least, this extreme heat. So please stay safe. Like I mentioned last time, more than 44 degrees the Arabian Peninsula, so 45 to 47 in Iran, in Iraq. So please stay safe in those temperatures. Also, Kazakhstan, southwestern Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, please stay safe. Southern Pakistan. So heat is extremely dangerous. The heat wave that happened a few weeks ago in Europe, many people died. So heat can actually kill you. Please stay cool, stay safe. It can be as dangerous as the rainfall for some people. So here show like Thursday the 10th, some 47 degrees in Iraq possible, in Iran, even to 48 in those valleys, southern Afghanistan to 47. So please stay safe in Oman, Syria, and those areas there. So stay safe this heat. And 1 week from now, next Saturday, showing a potentially even bigger heat wave from Oman to southern Turkey, more than 40 degrees. But it's still a week out, so we'll keep watching and stay safe in those areas, especially this typhoon and everything else. But also be careful some isolated stronger gusts in the Middle East and near eastern Russia too. So stay safe and some other areas from time to time. The image of the day is this cool lenticular cloud on the French Pyrenees a few years ago. So stay safe.